$287 billion stimulus package was supposed to create as many as 3.5 million jobs. The latest Obama administration report shows that in the last quarter of 2009, 600,000 jobs were created. But some are questioning whether that's true or whether the jobs would have been there without the billion-dollar bailout. Our D.C. insider and political commentator Armstrong Williams joins us for our Washington Wrap this morning. Good morning, Armstrong.
Good morning, Patrice.
All right, so what's up with the numbers? Are there new jobs being created as a result of this stimulus, or jobs that have been saved because of it?
Well, the administration reported that in 2009, in the last quarter, that over 600,000 jobs were created from the stimulus money. And the question began as to whether or not those jobs would have existed without the money. And the Obama administration went back to redo their numbers, and then they came up with different numbers. And then the people that received the stimulus money that were supposed to create the jobs, they had these systems in place where they were supposed to report exactly where the jobs were created and how this economy was being stimulated. When people started looking at the numbers, they were looking at jobs that were already created. They were looking at situations where jobs were lost. They were looking at situations where jobs may have been created by the stimulus money, but there was no real clear indication that as many jobs as the administration indicated had actually been created by the stimulus money. So what the administration has done, especially with this last reporting, they did it without any fanfare in a very low-key manner. Vice President Joe Biden made a statement about the job creation, but the New York Times, just get a load of this, the New York Times, out of all newspapers, did a big story on the fact that what they're reporting and what they've indicated is not the case. You know, I tell you something that's very interesting. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so it's not that there aren't jobs being created, but there needs to be a better standard of how it's measured so we get a better idea of just how much impact the stimulus money is having.
The issue is whether the jobs would have been lost without the stimulus money, whether the jobs could have been created without the stimulus money. The problem is that the stimulus money was spent through a bureaucracy. It was sent to state governments, and many of these state governments use that money to make up for their shortfall. And what is happening is that many of them have not been able to report any jobs that were created. And so it's become a sticky point. I don't know, some time ago, CBS News did a report on where the jobs were created. And I got to tell you something, they could absolutely not find one of the places that received the money that actually created jobs. Right. And so when you talk about this job creation bill, people are asking, how is the stimulus money creating jobs? It's slow, and it's being bogged down with these bureaucracies. But I think one point needs to really be brought out here.
Okay, and this will be the last one.
With the advent of technology, that where you use 10 or 12 people to do a job, with the advent of technology, it now only requires 1 or 2. I really believe if people really do, and I don't know how they can examine this, that technology has absolutely probably displaced 1 million workers in this economy.
Well, Armstrong, I have a feeling you're always going to have a job, though. Have a good weekend. Try and make it through all the snow.
I'm on my way to the Super Bowl.
Oh, we don't want to hear that. Goodbye. Have a good time. Well, still ahead, if you are trying to make it out into the snow this weekend, there are some movies opening that you might want to see.